18 kilometers from the center of Yogyakarta is the Prambanan temple complex. Visitors are given sarongs to wear, which have images of the temple printed on them. This temple is dedicated to the Trimurti, the three main Hindu gods. It was constructed in the 9th century by the Sri Vijaya kings. It is believed they were competing with their predecessor, the Buddhist Shailendra dynasty, and wanted to surpass their Borobudur temple. But there are other accounts which say the Sri Vijaya kings actually allowed Buddhists to build shrines during their reign, and there was religious harmony. King Samaratunga of the Shailendra dynasty, who built Borobudur, left a daughter as heir. She married the king of the Sri Vijaya dynasty, who started building Prambanan. These accounts may seem confusing, but what is certain is that these temples were influenced by the Indian Gupta period aesthetics and followed Vastu Shastra, the sacred architectural precepts of India. We have to wear crash helmets to enter the tallest temple. Constant restoration is going on here, from earthquakes primarily. This central temple is dedicated to Shiva, a Shiva with 4 arms. Originally, the complex was called Shiva Griha, abode of Shiva. The tower-like roof represents the heavenly Mount Meru. The name Prambanan comes from the village where it is located. It is the Javanese adaptation of the Sanskrit Parabrahman, meaning Supreme Lord. On either side of the Shiva temple are the Brahma and Vishnu temples. Facing each god is a shrine dedicated to his Vahana. Nandi faces Shiva. His shrine also has the moon god riding a chariot drawn by 10 horses and the sun god with 7. The statue of Hansa, Brahma's swan Vahana, called Angsa in Javanese, is missing. So is Garuda, Vishnu's eagle mount. There are other shrines dedicated to directional gods in the main complex. In total, 16 temples stand today, of the original 240. The peripheral or Pervana temples are in ruins right now. After about 80 years of Prambanan's construction, the royal capital moved far away and the temple was abandoned. Earthquakes reduced it to rubble, but locals kept its legends alive of demons and gods and a cursed princess. For a brief period of 5 years, the British had control of the Dutch East Indies, starting from 1811. The Governor-General, Sir Stamford Raffles, sent a surveyor to verify these local legends. To his surprise, in the middle of the jungle, encroached upon by trees, stood massive structures, Borobudur and Prambanan. The Dutch began the restoration project. It was hard at first. Carvings were appearing as decorations in Dutch gardens, and stone blocks were being used to build houses by the locals. In the late 1960s, the Indonesian government began restoration in earnest. They got help from UNESCO, and from 1991, both Prambanan and Borobudur have been listed as World Heritage Sites. Shiva's temple has 3 other chambers with statues of his consort, Durga Mahishamardini, Ganesh, his son, and Rishi Agastya. The Shiva temple walls have bas-relief of the Ramayana epic. The story continues in the Brahma temple. Vishnu's temple has Krishna's stories called Krishnayana. The lion flanked by the Kalpataru, the wishing tree, is a panel peculiar to Prambanan. Thus is it called the Prambanan panel. A lot of panels have the Kalpataru and two animals on either side of it. Thousands of tourists from all over the world visit Prambanan and Borobudur. During Shivaratri, the Hindus of Bali and Java conduct ceremonies in Prambanan. Every full moon night, the Ramayan ballet is performed on an open-air stage close to the temple. The dance is the traditional Javanese dance.
Amor.